What's up, guys? Here doing my nightly walk, trying to get my steps in. For those who don't know, I am on prep. We're looking for a show in October, and I'm just hopefully I can make it there. All goes well. This is my third attempt at a second show, so the first two attempts were a little shaky. My body wasn't responding to some certain foods, and my digestion wasn't completely there, so it was going well. So now that I got that under control, we started. Here we are. We're starting another prep, right? So started about 20 weeks ago. It was 20-week prep. Sorry, we are about 9.5 weeks out of this show. So just wanted to start to document, what goes on, what do I do to prepare for this show, right? Where my mental state is, show you how tired, things can get, or you can get, with the lack of food or fuel, I should say. It goes into, doing a bodybuilding show. So bodybuilding is my passion. I do love it. Hopefully with making these videos, I can inspire a few people just to start a fitness journey, right? And whatever form of fitness you decide to go with, just stay consistent, be disciplined. Just a little pool day for you guys. I'm gonna try to do a voiceover, explaining the exercises, and then hopefully you can see the intensity and the push that I give myself during these workouts. As, like I said, food gets lower, cardio keeps going up, and get even more tired throughout the, as the weeks goes on. So about to finish this walk here. Got about 20 minutes to go. Just trying to make a 2-mile lap around the neighborhood that I'm living in. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy these videos. Share them, like it, right? Helps out, the channel or platform, because I want to try to build this up, to promote my business as well. I am a personal trainer at the greatest gym in Houston, Texas. It is probably the place to go in Houston. I mean, it is a destination for sure. Come check it out. It's called Believe HTX. Great gym, great atmosphere. Vibes here at this gym, I haven't had an experience anywhere else. So you guys, come check it out. If you check it out, shout me out, let them know that I sent you. You saw from this video. Anyways, I will be continuing the remaining of my prep there. So yeah, if you see me around and I'm tired, or I don't look like I'm, happy or whatever, I'm not in a bad mood, I promise you. I am just the lack of energy, right? So, but always willing to communicate, talk to people, a reasonable, time to talk to somebody. Damn, this phone gets heavy. But I love sharing, knowledge. Anybody wants to ask me a question about certain things, I'm never one to not give some type of advice. But anyways, trying my best not to go on a random tangent, because I tend to do that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like I said, share it, like it, and let me know what in the comment section what I can do better. I'll talk more about future things that's going to happen and stuff. The reason why I want to start doing these videos. I'm not guaranteeing 2-3 videos a week right now, probably just one, right? So peace out. Appreciate you guys, all the support. All right, guys, I want to start off this video by saying that I am competing in a show this year. It's going to be on October 5th. It's going to be in Muscle Beach. It's going to be in Galveston. If you want to come check it out, come show some love, I'll be over there. Show starts at 8, so 8 a.m. in the morning. But more details will come if you follow me on Instagram. I'll post everything on there. But anyways, decided to just go ahead and start recording some of my workout videos, some of the day in life stuff. So just to give you a little bit of insight and to show you how far or how much I push and the intensity I give into my workouts. Give you insight of what goes on in a bodybuilding prep, amateur bodybuilding prep, right? Typically it's pretty much the same as, if you start to, take this up the next level and start to compete in the pro level and all that stuff, it's going to be the structure is always the same, as far as the food, the training, all that stuff's the same. It's just, just keep growing, keep getting bigger, but anyways, wanted to try to give you a little bit more of an insight. Hopefully I can start posting these out, little by little. I'm not guaranteeing you videos every week. Some days I'm pretty sure, just like most people, I don't want to do anything. You don't want to do anything. So, but I'm gonna try my best to, keep myself accountable and do these exercises, do these videos for y'all guys, just to give y'all a little bit of insight on what goes on in a bodybuilding prep. But try to explain, these workouts as the video goes along. So we'll keep it that way. I always tend to kind of venture off and just have a whole bunch of things to say. I get off topic, and so I'm gonna try my best to just narrow everything down and just keep it all in one section, or categorize everything in one section in my brain, and just hopefully I could stay on topic. But anyway, so this is a unilateral lat pull down. Love using this one, my first exercise. Kind of just gets the lats nice and pumped, full of blood. I'm doing this, as you can see, I'm sitting on one side of the cable system, right? So that way it can I can perfectly align the cable system straight up and down to the point to where I'm just focused on pulling that cable system straight down. Angle, I'm thinking about bringing my elbow to my hips and squeezing that lower lat, keeping my arm as close as I can to the body as possible, and just squeezing the heck out of my lower lat. So that's why I like setting up on these, or that's why I like setting up like this, so that way the cable systems can be totally stacked on top of each other. If you ever train with me, either you just worked out with me or you trained with me in person, you'll notice that I like to keep my movements or structure my my body towards the angle of the the machine or whatever I'm working on, right? I like everything to be stacked on top of each other, all the joints to be stacked on top of each other for a perfect alignment, perfect pull. But as you see in the background, Mario, my boy Mario, he helps us out with deep tissue work. So if you guys ever are in the Houston area, you're watching this video, you're not from the Houston area, make sure to hit him up. His Instagram is Muscular Development. Really cool guy. He'll make sure that he'll get you right back on track. But anyways, just showing you different angles, and then hopefully showing you my back off, my top sets and my back off sets. So right now I'm only doing 2 sets per exercise. I started doing this way about 3 years ago when I met my coach, and I love this way. Back in the day when I used to train, when I started off, I used to always just go 4 sets or 3 sets, balls to the walls, and I found myself having to recover for a while, right? I completely took my muscles to complete failure, and I broke them down to a point where they needed to recover for a whole week. And I found that not to be as optimal, especially if I'm trying to continue to keep increasing strength and increasing size. I want to be able to train, especially my lagging body parts, multiple times out of the week. And my lagging body parts are obviously my legs, but I do hit legs hard, and I do train them. I do train them hard and intensely. It's just, hey, look, what I'm gifted with, and my genetics. I'm not saying that it's always genetics, but it's just I hit them as hard as possible, and they kind of just give me. They grow a little bit, but like it takes a lot of time. It's not like my back or my shoulders or my chest. Those things grow pretty easily for me. But anyways, I started structuring my workouts or ever since I met my coach, I started doing the 2-set method. I love the method. If you ever want to hear more about it, just come talk to me in the gym, DM me, whatever the case may be. I'll try to elaborate on it a little bit more on these YouTube videos, just to give you kind of an insight on why I do 2 sets per exercise. Just a rough overview. It just allows me to take that muscle to complete failure. And yes, I break it down as much as possible, but not to a point to where I needed to recover for a whole week. I can let it recover for about 2-3 days, and I'll be back to feeling great and feeling like I can push that heavy weight again, right? So it's like I did my 3 or 4 sets back in the day, and I was pushing maybe 100 pounds, we'll say that, on a chest press, right? The next time I come back to it, if I wanted to that same week, I wouldn't be able to press that 100 pounds because my body is still trying to recover, and I just wouldn't feel as strong. But in this way, the 2 sets, right, I condensed that 3 to 4 sets of energy or volume into 2 sets, and it's been very effective for me. So I love the style, and I'll continue to do that for who knows how long. But here we have a leverage seated plate loaded row. I love this machine. It is a humbler in my opinion, because you don't need a crap ton of weight in order to get the most out of this exercise. But my ego kicks in, and I like to utilize a lot of weight. But I also too am a very form-based person. I keep everything nice online, like I said, but also too I don't like to let my form go crazy. So I'm trying my best to see what's the best optimal view for all these exercises that I'm showing y'all. Just trying to get like a feel for what you guys like. But anything that y'all recommend and how I should view or how I should record these videos, just let me know. So that's my boy JB. Yeah, we call him the big one, not the little one. He'll get that joke if he watches this video. But anyways, as you can see how I'm set up, I set up a little bit wide, my hands a little bit wide. I like to think about if I'm wide, and as my arm starts to stretch forward, my back starts to stretch, I like to think that I'm able to recuperate as much muscle fibers as I pull back, and versus a narrow grip, right? And then I'm not allowing myself to swing too far back. Just a little bit, it's not going to hurt, but if I feel it in my lower back, then I know that I'm swinging too much, right? Here we got a back off set, and with this back off set, I think I record a little bit of a drop set here, because I'm supposed to have a drop set here. But yeah, like I said, I'll set myself up to a point to where you'll see my hands or my forearms, they are about the same angle and level as the handles. I don't like to, if I'm thinking about hitting my mid back to lower back, I want my shoulders depressed down, and I want the angle of my elbow to be right where 45 degree, or right where that handle is. That way I can perfectly hit those muscles the way I want them, the way I want to, right? Now, am I isolating completely like my lower, my mid back? No. Obviously, I'm probably hitting my my upper back as well. But in a bodybuilding standpoint, we try our best to isolate each muscle group as best as possible by, form based, checking our form to make sure that, if we stray away from form, a lot of times, if you think about someone who's curling, right? You get all type of curls. You get people who swing. You get people who just kind of go balls to the walls and go all crazy. And they could be hitting, yes, their biceps, but also too something else. So with me, with the way I like to structure my stuff, I like to make sure that I stay on top of my form, and that my form never strays away until obviously I start to get a little fatigued, a little tired, and as everybody does, or it happens to everybody. As you get tired, you just start to go, the form starts to always stray away. But I always like to stop at that point, because I'm not hitting the I was playing some hardcore rock, and JB's cousin over here just decided to go all crazy to get amped up. Which, hey, I love. I love to see that in the gym. You know, if you're getting amped up for a set, hey, by all means, go ahead and do it. But it's to bring this, I guess, it's to bring a little bit more fun into the exercise, right? Because you can't get really drained or tired, especially working out in a warehouse gym, no AC. So you do what you can. You do what you do just to kind of survive the exercise, right? All right, so here we got a DUI row. DY row stands for Dorian Yates row, so you can utilize this handles or grips any way you feel like. It's just depending on, I guess, your programming, right? You can do overhand, underhand, single arm, both arms, whichever you decide to do, right? I love this for single arm action. I can really isolate my lower lats and make sure that I can squeeze those lower lats as best as possible for me. I'm trying not to drive too far back because I don't want my body to rotate too much. I want my trunk to be as straight as possible. So I try my best to not pull my arm too far, but far enough to where I'm feeling that contraction, that peak contraction in the very top of the movement. So that way I can make sure I can feel that I can get the most out of this DY row for me as best as possible. So when you're setting up on this one, I'll make sure that if you're trying to hit your lower lats, you want to set yourself up a little bit high to where the point where when you're pulling, it's already gonna go to the lower lat, right? Obviously, if you start to feel a little bit more of your biceps in this exercise, I would probably either adjust the seat or make sure that you're utilizing a load that is best fit for you, right? So here we go. Like I said, a little angle. I don't know if that angle was the best, but I got a little bit of a back angle here. It's kind of hard with the sun, obviously facing directly towards the camera. But I try my best to get, some good angles for you guys. But here you'll see is that I don't bring my arm too far back, and you'll see that my shoulder's depressed. You'll see a little bit better of the form of how I set up. You see how I don't roll back too far. And I don't allow my body to rotate. And as you can see how I have my foot placement, I always play with my foot placement. So some days I feel better with the opposite leg going forward. So it'd be my left leg while my right arm is pulling, or my same leg, same arm, right? Play around with the exercise. I always recommend, every time when I'm teaching or I'm showing someone else how to do the exercise, right? I always go on form base, but if you don't feel it quite as well, change it, right? Change the angle, change the setup. If you feel like, if you need to, in order for it to be, as optimized, best for you, right? So I love this machine. I love that we got this one, man. Ever since we got it, I've been using it like crazy. My lower lats are something that I think I lack in my back, but again, my back is pretty much my dominant area, along with my shoulders, and so just one time a week with this exercise or this type of training is perfect for me. The exercises that I need, multiple times, like I said, is gonna be my legs and my arms, most definitely. But little by little, we're gonna chisel away as we get down to this competition. We'll see a lot more of my weak points, but I love this process. I love the way that going through a bodybuilding prep, the way it kind of just teaches you about a little bit more about yourself, and so what you're capable of, what you can handle. But here we got a traditional lat pull down. Now, everybody's always going to have a different opinion about, how wide or go super narrow. I think what is best for everybody is to pick a grip that does not bother like your shoulders or your clavicle when you're pulling down. If you're having some type of pain in your shoulders when you're doing a lat pull down, then I would recommend adjusting your grip, okay? Obviously, there's different type of ways you can utilize this bar: underhand grip, overhand grip, wide, narrow, whichever you're looking for. And again, it's always dependent on your program, or what you're trying to look for, or what you're trying to improve, right? But for me, I like the a little bit of a wide grip because it doesn't really bother my shoulders so much. And so with this one, I'm pulling a little bit like to my, a little bit underneath like my what you call it, my sternum, right? So I like to focus a little bit more on my sternum. You'll see a little bit more on this exercise or this view here, that the direction where I'm pulling, so that way I can target my lats a lot more effectively. So I don't go all the way down, as you can see. This is going to be dependent on how well your lats or muscle belly is developed, right? So for me, I feel like once I get a good pump, or my lats are just big enough, I don't really need to kind of go full range or all the way to the bottom. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not beneficial, right? It's just, for me, I feel like when I get to a certain point, my lats are completely contracted, right, all the way. So I get to that point, I feel like, all right, that's as best as it can get for me, right? Now, you'll see that, my range of motion starts to, suffer there, just because I'm getting fatigued and tired. But this is a drop set here, so I like to always push myself on these drop sets. I do two sets per exercise, but believe me, if you push yourself and you just go balls to the walls, right, with every exercise, 2 sets is enough. A lot of people are like, I really didn't feel it. I really didn't, wasn't really too tired. Well, you really didn't push yourself that hard. I guarantee it. Because every time when I'm doing this, ever since I've been doing it, I've been feeling the best. I've been getting the best pumps, the best exercises. My strength's been going up. Everything's been improving. So I love it. If you want to try it out, like I said, hit me up on my Instagram. If you don't have my Instagram, if you're viewing in and you don't know who I am a personal trainer at Believe HTX, one of the best gyms in the Houston area. But hit me up on my Instagram. It's Joshua. I'm sorry, I changed it. It's going to be anti-reinvent the wheel, and I'm not going to elaborate on that too much. It should be self-explanatory, but if not, then I'll talk about that in another video. But anyways, here we have a rear delt movement. Talk about these just a little bit on this rear delt movement. So I see a lot of people always going too far back. When you're trying to focus on rear delts, you don't need to go too far crazy back. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not wrong, or it's wrong that you're doing it that way, because you are going to hit a little bit of your traps, rhomboids, and that's fine. But if you're trying to grow your rear delts, again, this is bodybuilding. We're trying to isolate as much as possible, right? You don't need to go too far back. So as you can see, my range of motion is perfect. I think everybody should, if you're trying to grow your rear delts, this is the perfect range of motion. And what I'm trying to do is I'm pushing towards each side of each wall, right? I'm pushing my arms forward. I'm sitting back on the machine. I'm not allowing myself to give any momentum, and I'm thinking about touching each side of the wall. So that with that cue, it helps me target my rear delts just like crazy. And so I love the way I love this exercise. You can do this on a cable system, but if you're trying to do this exercise, I recommend you doing it like this. All right. So on to the next one. I think the next one is a bicep curl. It's going to be a cable curl. So on a unilateral like cable machine, right? Unilateral meaning like one side can work individually, right? So I love this drag curl setup. What you do is, you'll set it all the way out to the bottom. You'll put it as narrow as you can, or narrow to where it's structured to your body. So that way you keep your arms nice and close to your body, and all you're doing is keeping that elbow back, and you're bending and extending that elbow. If you're bringing that elbow up, that really doesn't do too much to the bicep. I don't think that it does. I mean, I don't feel too much as I bring my elbow up. If anything, involves my shoulders, and that's what I don't want. So this is, like I said, a great exercise for the biceps. I love this exercise. I play around with the different types of bicep, movements, curling movements, but everything's pretty much the same when it comes to curling movements. I only bend and extend my elbow. So if you take like a preacher curl, you put yourself in a preacher curl movement, right, where it's really strict. What's only moving? The elbow, right? The elbow joint. So why would you change it up if you're going to something different, or you're going to something that's free motion, right? My boy Rob just made it back to the gym, man. He's over here checking it out. Over here giving me a little bit of boost of confidence, filling my head up and stuff. So I appreciate that. But decided to change into, my different breed T-shirt. So I do have my own brand. It's a little slow. I don't really make it. Like I said, I'm not really trying to go too big with this. If it does explode, or it doesn't explode, if it does blow up, then hey, by all means, and I'll keep running with it. But I make it for fun. I like wearing my own stuff, representing my own self. What I stand for. I'll talk a little bit about different breed in a different video. As you can see, I have a lot of things to actually talk about in separate videos. So hopefully, like I said, I keep doing these and I stay accountable on these. But I had a few other movements that I did, but didn't really record. I kind of was, getting into that zone where it's like, I don't want to record this. It doesn't really, I think it's going to be boring or whatever in the video. So I think I just cut those out. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for checking in, and this will not be the last one. Guarantee it. Appreciate it.